Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, rip list.
Nice 7, let's go. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Motion, motion.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 40-yard line.
Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
Yellow. I'm going, 80. He's 15. Sponge. No.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
That's what I do.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Cameron Wake with a little wake-up call as he gets in there for the sack. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
57 colors.
Delta. 57.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Being chased out left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
On second down. As he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Single. Watch 10. Come on. Watch 10. Watch tight end. Mike 10. Crunch time, defense.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Mahomes will bring him up first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they just had against them.
Hey, Ripley.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Marco Blue, lady!
Showing it.
On three, on three. Motion, motion, motion.
Kill, kill, kill.
Yellow.
Check four, check four. Kill, kill, kill.
Right on these two, right on these two. Attack, attack. Right side.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Yellow.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
10's the mic. 10's the mic.
Attack, attack.
Mike 10. Scene 6.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Ringo, Ringo. Ringo, Ringo.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey, smoke. Here we go.
Right side.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Yellow.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Exit. We got 4. We got 4.
Right side.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
2 times, 2 times.
Everyone, you got 4. 4 down.
Hey, 43. Right side.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes going to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Fight on these two, fight on these two. 40.
Double time. Out. 3 down. 3 down.
50, yellow, 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 yellow.
Bravo.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Butker's kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's hard to know who's more dynamic between quarterback Lamar Jackson and that man Hollywood Brown. But they're just going to try to get the ball in Brown's hands early and often like they did there and see what he can produce. So many folks in Baltimore excited about this young pup, and for good reason. The rookie first-rounder out of Oklahoma is explosive. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's going to be a long day.
Now it's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shane Ray. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Watch out for Hill on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Under 10, under 10. Check. Go, check. Check. Bang. Bang. Say. Shit. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. To throw is Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
First down, Ravens.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36.
Right there. 54 Mike. I'll be hard. I'm about to take you to school. Quick the edge. Come.
Jackson gets this one to Hill. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Go.
Hero 15.
57. Mike, 57.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Yellow.
All day, dog. Whip. Watch the whip. Back.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Yellow. Charlie.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here, and he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park, and the Bengals have extended their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 33 yards that time.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Turn it out. 43. Taller. No.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hold the look. Hold. Taller.
And that'll set him back 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Right. He's tight on the right. 4 down. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically, they got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Yellow, let's go, Lottie.
Let's go,
Yellow.
Check 9. Alert 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tens the mic.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mahomes now on first down. Completes it to Hardman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Hardman, the second-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the combine, running a 4.3 340, and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's third down. The Chiefs on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Mahomes to throw once more. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Escaping the pressure right. And out. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. As his guys have now moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives him a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Chiefs 20, Ravens 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, Dobbins. Again he finds an opening. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. They set up the screen to Hill. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They do tack on the extra point as well, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And some space here. And all the way to the opposite 48. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
15's mine. I got 15. 15's mine.
To throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Here we go again. Motion. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Cut. 57's the mic.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Ravens, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.